Well, up next is a look at the bitter truth.
On the 28th of last month, the Bitter Truth reported for the first time on the disparities in a transaction between the Ceylon Electricity Board and Sri Lanka Cricket for the purchase of 2 generators at a cost of 60 million rupees. In response, Sri Lanka Cricket issued a media release on Monday. The statement reads that during the 2011 Cricket World Cup, it was a necessity for the stadiums to be floodlit. The statement also notes that the CEB had informed SLC that it was not feasible to lease the necessary generators. The statement adds that the CEB did not have the finances to purchase the required generators at the time. It is also noted that following discussions with the Minister of Power and Energy and the Minister of Sports, approval was granted for SLC to purchase the 2 generators, which would be bought back by the CEB a year later. SLC notes in its statement that the generators were bought on the basis that they would be bought back by the CEB. The statement adds that the generators were turned over to the CEB in keeping with this agreement. Although the statement reads that there was an agreement between SLC and the CEB to cover the areas, the statement does not say that these generators were turned over to the CEB in order to cover these areas. However, the Auditor General's report on the SLC's annual financial report notes that SLC had bartered the 2 generators to the CEB in order to cover a debt of 8 million rupees. Considering the disparities in this transaction, Sports First referred several questions to SLC via email regarding the matter. Who approved the purchase of the 2 generators? Who purchased the generators on behalf of SLC? Who signed off on the transaction? What was the procedure followed in generating these funds for the CEB? What were the models and serial numbers of the generators? Where are the generators now? Sri Lanka Cricket is yet to respond to these questions.
If
the 2 generators were not documented, then it is a fraud. Also, if the generators are misplaced, then that too is a fraud. If Sri Lanka Cricket is unable to provide information on this, there may be a cause for it. The other point is that it was Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka who functioned as the Minister of Power and Energy during this time. If the SLC is saying that this deal was made on his advice and is attempting to sweep this issue under the carpet, Minister Champika Ranawaka has the responsibility to reveal this to the country. If these generators were not purchased directly but was hired temporarily, they would have paid 100,000. The maximum payment for this would have been 300,000. If SLC provided these generators to another vendor apart from the CEB, they would have been able to generate an income. If these generators were provided to the Night Racers or the Dare to Kill project, SLC would have been able to generate a lot of money.
What is the true story behind these generators, which is valued at 60 million rupees?